Is it gonna work? Yeah. Okay. Look. Hey. Um. I just spent 5 days in the forest. I feel great. Um. I want to thank all the people that are watching my Ascension vlog because I really appreciate it. Like I said before, I'm kind of in a small town and I'm actually in an isolated area, like by a ferry to the biggest city. I just spent time on Mount Elphinstone, of course, that mountain that I talk about in my other videos on my channel, the Truth Be Told ones. And you know what? It was like the apocalypse Hilton up there. Okay? So, the, what should I call them? The forest critters, the people of the land, the people of the forest. I mean, there are some scallywags, for sure, and some pirates and stuff, but there's also some very good people who, like me, have defended that forest and even been arrested and stuff. And anyways, so me and my friend go up, and um, it's like it was great. There was a geodesic dome, which was clear, and it was so warm because it was also a greenhouse. It had a stove in it, and it was cold at night. But to be honest with you, I really enjoyed the process of reclimatizing myself to nature. Um, I was delighted to drink the fresh water every day from the creek, which I've been doing for 20 years without filtering it, which I'm not recommending. um, it was delightful. It was, I'm going to get to the terror and the horror of it all soon, don't worry. And I have my cards. I think a little reading would be nice because lately I haven't been reading the cards. So I just want to what I want to do actually is I want to bring you the news from the mountain. And one really crazy thing was I got up there and there was this book up there about the Kabbalah and about God and about how eventually we're going to reach this point where it's like the end of the world to us, and that the idea is to remember that that the metaphor in the book was God is the mountain, and even God is a metaphor right now. Okay, you guys, please, like creator. All right. Um, so that we are a rock separated from the mountain, and that book, I managed to read most of it, and it was kind of really opened me up, and it reminded me that, well, simply put, of miracles. That are we really going to buy into the government, science, and so on are the gods, are our gods, and they control our lives, our health, our deaths, our education, everything. So that suddenly, when I was on the mountain, that was like, whoa, that's a huge problem. Ah. Anyways, there was little teeny tiny nuthatches, and then other little birds that were like had little white throats, and they were brown and like dark black, and they were all over, and there was big stellar jays, like this big giant stellar jay comes really close right up in the tree. He's like, "What you doing, pooping?" I'm like, "Yeah, what you gonna do? Watch me." And he's like, "Yeah." Uh there's bears everywhere, and I don't worry about them because I had a talk a lot with the person that went up with me about how, when you go to the forest and you don't act like you're part of the forest, and you act like you're completely separate from it, you feel completely separate from it, that makes the animals nervous. And so you can't just go out there with like a ginormous amount of camping equipment and just bring a whole bunch of foreign things, I guess you could say, into this environment and expect everyone to be cool with it. um yeah. All right, look. I know everyone's stressed out and stuff and everything. Now, I don't know what to say. Like I made a sacred fire. I tried to I didn't try. I joined my energy with all the other um, people on this planet, all over the planet, who understand that all of this stuff is defined as things. They're all things, even me and you. And that the frequency and the energy, the light, the sound, the vibration, the eternal aspects of all of these things, they might be important. We're those guys. So, I did what we've always done. I did things that you already know. I did the very simple thing. I went to the forest, made the sacred fire, and said the prayers. You know exactly what that means. And so that's done. And of course, I did it for you. Oh, well, I did it for everyone. And yes, I did see the many lights in the sky, many frequencies in the sky, colors, and um, uh, so of course, I'm filled with hope, and I do come down with that certainty, and I think that's what all I want to pass on to you right now. It is 3:14 p.m. It is the eve of the new moon in Aries. I left my computer down here, and when I got home, no kidding, I hit that. It was it was 1 o'clock, and then I looked back at my computer to sit down. It was 1:11, and it is now 3:14. And so, we're gonna go out on a few cards here, and I will do some more videos. But I really want you to to know that the nature is coming back very quickly all over the earth, a lot quicker than any of us even really expected. I want you to see this Ten of Swords if you can, because this is the death. Swords are mental. Okay, there you can see it. Now, this is the death of our confusion. This is the death of a lot of ideas that did not work for this planet. This is the death of a lot of ideas that did not work for you, and they're still not working for you. And if you are fighting with this is how you're feeling. If you're worried about what's going to happen to your job or your career or, the stock market guys, they're all feeling like this. Please don't be feeling like this. This is not pinning you down. This is actually going to push you to transmute things you didn't think you could. The next thing that comes up is this. And this card has always meant to me the church and the state in their fancy house while the people are suffering. I believe that's coming to an end. That is what I really believe. But I'll tell you what, it's been a long, 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 long fight. Generations and generations and generations we've been fighting with those coins and that church and the state. Please have faith that we're going to win. And here we are winning. This is the last card. This is the light worker in green. This is the warrior you are and I am. He's smiling. He won, got all the swords, and he has humbled whatever it is that came to get him. And please, that's what you're going to do. You're going to humble whatever it is that you think is coming to get you right now. I love you. Namaste. Now I'm going to go, and I'll make another video or whatever, later and stuff and things like that. And okay.